Wala Parine na sa amin dito sa Batangas, which basically translates to come to Batangas. If that intro isn't obvious enough yet, this video is all about Batangas, a first-class province of the Philippines, but more specifically, it's about things you should remember and avoid when traveling within the province. What's up, beach listers? This is Hannah from Philippine Beach List. For more than a decade, our team, together with our partners at The Poor Traveler, have been exploring the Philippines to list out the best that the country has to offer. Breathtaking sights, brag-worthy bites, and of course, beautiful beaches. I don't think this has ever been mentioned yet here on this channel, but I am a Batangueña. My grandfather on my mother's side hails from Talisay, a municipality in Batangas. This is quite obvious from my intro, but I don't have the famous Batangas accent as I mostly grew up in Manila, but many of my childhood summers were spent swimming in the Taal Lake. Here's a baby picture of me with the view of Binintiang Malaki, which is part of the Taal Volcano Complex, just for any skeptics out there. Since Batangas is quite a famous beach destination here in the Philippines, and we do have quite a few Batangueños on our team, our editor Pai was actually born and raised in Lemery and still lives there, we thought it would be a great idea to cover some do's and don'ts when traveling to our province. But before we begin, please subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon beside it, and select all so you won't miss any of our informative travel videos. If you're watching this on Facebook, support us by following the page and sharing this video. And if you want to score discounts on hotels, resorts, tours, and other activities on Klook, use our promo code PHBeachKlook to score up to 300 pesos off. You can find this code in the description of this video or pinned comment for easier reference in the future. You can also redeem your 300 peso discount voucher right now. Just visit www.philippinebeaches.org/300discount. That's philippinebeaches.org/300discount to save the voucher to your account. Using these promo codes helps us maintain this channel because we get credited for every booking at no additional cost to you. In fact, you even get great discounts, which we believe is a win-win. Now, this video is by no means made by experts, but rather made from our experience as residents of and frequent travelers to Batangas. We always love hearing from you guys, so if you have any opinions on the items we've included in this list of travel mistakes to avoid in Batangas, sound off in the comments. You won't find Batangas in the list of top 10 biggest provinces in the Philippines, but make no mistake. A weekend still won't be enough to cover key attractions in Batangas. Batangas is longitudinal in shape, and there's also a gigantic lake smack dab in the middle of the landmass, all of which add to the difficulty of getting around the province. And because Batangas is so big, you may want to double-check your itinerary, especially if you plan on crossing cities and municipalities. Commuting can get really complicated, especially for towns that are far from major cities like Batangas City, Lipa, and Lemery, which all serve as transportation hubs. If you plan on ticking the many attractions spread across Batangas off your bucket list while using public transportation, multiple weekend trips may be the best option. We recommend dedicating one weekend to one area just to make getting around a bit more manageable. If you're hell-bent on covering multiple cities or municipalities in one go, the best way to navigate Batangas would be by car, since multiple transfers using public transportation may be a bit of a hassle. Speaking of public transportation, it's best to know or at least have an idea of standard transportation fares, especially if you're pulling a DIY itinerary. In many towns of Batangas, when you ask drivers how much the fare is, most of them would answer, "Kayo na po ang bahala" or "Kayo po, magkano po ba binabayad nyo?" Which translates to how much are you willing to pay or how much do you usually pay. This is an awkward situation easily avoided by knowing fare ranges within the area you're traveling, if not the exact fare. There's often a misconception that Philippine provinces, largely removed from the urban chaos of places like Metro Manila, are slow-going and have little to no traffic. But Batangas is one of the richest provinces in the country with highly urbanized cities like Lipa and Batangas City. It's no stranger to traffic jams, especially during rush hours, more so when there's ongoing road construction. There's actually a funny saying going around social media that captures the traffic situation in Lipa, Batangas' most populous city. Lipa is only 2 hours away from Lipa. Aside from your usual rush hours every weekday when people go in and out of work, be mindful of weekends as locals and tourists are bound to travel in and out of the province for leisure. Many Batangueños also work in Manila, so Friday and Monday, sometimes Sunday, are luwas days for those who choose to go home on a weekly basis. We usually use the term luwas to mean traveling from a rural area to a more urbanized area. I know. Peak seasons are peak seasons for a reason. Often, this is the only time that friends or family are able to find common schedules for travel, so sometimes it just can't be helped. But if you can, at the very least, avoid visiting on a weekend during summer and Holy Week. As the go-to beach destination for Manila residents, expect Batangas to be very crowded from the months of March to May, with April as the busiest month. Keep in mind too that rates are higher during the peak season. Don't say we didn't warn you. Batangas has a rich culinary tradition. We have our signature lomi, which is thicker and, take note, has no vegetables. Batangas lomi is rather big on toppings. Kikiam, siomai, atay, balunan, lumpia, kwek-kwek, and many more. Other signature dishes that are worth mentioning are adobo sa dilaw, tapang taal, and sinaing na tulingan. With how fast the province is growing, fast food chains are aplenty on the highways of Batangas. But I'd say skip the fast food and try one of the many local restaurants serving the culinary gems we mentioned. Batangas also has a strong coffee and chocolate culture. It's a sin not to mention our kapeng barako here or hot chocolate made from tablea. Have you tried any of these drinks before? Sound off in the comments if you have. Let's be real here, you won't find the fine white sand beaches of Boracay and Palawan here in Batangas, but that's not to say that you should skip Batangas beaches altogether. Some are sandy, some pebbly, some rocky, some are totally secluded, and others are even fully developed. You have Matabungkay in Lian, Fortune Island in Nasugbu, and Calatagan and Laiya in San Juan. Divers will also be happy to note that aside from beautiful shores, Batangas has some excellent diving spots such as Anilao in Mabini and Sombrero Island in Tingloy. Each of these beaches and dive sites have their own charm and their own market, but the top thing that makes Batangas beaches popular is its proximity to Manila. Batangas is around 2 to 3 hours away from Manila, which makes a great case for a quick weekend trip. If you want recommendations on which Batangas beaches to visit, we've got a whole playlist on that right here. We've revisited quite a few Batangas beaches this year, among other beach destinations in the Philippines. But my favorite Batangas beach at the moment would have to be Masasa Beach in Tingloy, which we've also made a video about. While Batangas has become known for its beaches, you're missing out on so much if you keep your butts rooted to your beach blankets. Our province is home to various tourist attractions like Taal Heritage Town, Caleruega in Nasugbu, and many more historical and cultural sites. Batangas also has various trails for adventurous trekkers, and it also has mountains for beginners like Mount Gulugud Baboy. In the past, the guidelines and rules for hiking mountains in Batangas were not strictly implemented, so anyone or any groups could hike without a guide. But with the increased interest in Batangas hikes, rules and regulations are undergoing stricter implementation by many, if not all, local government units. While you may be more comfortable hiking on your own, rules are there to protect you. Here's why it's important to hike with guides. Firstly, each hiker is accounted for since you must register with the LGU before hiking. If anything happens, management will know if a group or a person has not returned to the base yet. Secondly, the local guides are more than happy to assist you. They know the mountains more. Hiking has also boosted tourism and therefore livelihood and jobs in the area. Hiring a guide is a small price to pay for safety and for the leisure or challenge, if you would, that you get out of hiking. Lastly, limiting the number of hikers per day helps protect the environment by not going beyond the mountain's full capacity. Although we may appear intimidating or may come across as snobbish because of our barako nature or strong personalities, Batangueños are very friendly. If you don't believe me, just ask the rest of the Philippine Beach List and the Poor Traveler team since they interact with Pai, Yosh, and I the most. One of the best things about interacting with locals is picking up new vocabulary. Batangas is quite near Metro Manila, so Batangas Tagalog is not too different from Manila Tagalog. I should know since I speak Manila Tagalog despite my Batangueño roots, and I do just fine whenever I visit Batangas. But there are still quite a few words that will be new even to fellow Filipinos. I remember saying maalwan lang naman yan or that's easy and getting confused looks. Apparently, maalwan is a deeper Tagalog word for madali or easy that's not often used in Manila. I also just learned that maalwan means something different in Hiligaynon, which is another language in the Philippines entirely. There's a lot to learn from locals when you're traveling within a country as diverse as the Philippines, so just keep an open mind when traveling within Batangas and indeed anywhere across the country. And that's it for this video. If you found yourself wanting to explore Batangas because of this video, let us know in the comments. You can also reach us through our social media pages. Just look up Philippine Beach List on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Now, if you want to see more videos like this and everything you need to know about traveling around the country, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified when we have new videos. You can also check out our blog, philippinebeaches.org. The Philippines has thousands of islands. It's going to take a lifetime to visit each one. So, we better get counting. Again, this is Hannah. Join me next time as we check another destination off our Philippine Beach List. Bye!